Yeah, you can start.
Yes, sir. Good morning, all. Welcome to the webinar on priority in education by Center for Education Growth and Research. Center for Education Growth and Research is the leading and only education think tank in India created with 4 innovations. With over 10,000 aligned academicians, corporate and researchers, the CEGR National Council includes Chairman National Board of Accreditation, 80 Vice Chancellors from various regions of India, and leading industrialists. CEGR is only education think tank to organize 56 successful physical events in 14 states on a single day under its flagship social initiative, that is Indian Education Festival, which benefited more than 12,500 persons on a single day. Today, we have a very eminent panel to discuss on the various issues, and soon after, in couple of minutes, Mr. Suresh Prabhu, Honorable Member of Parliament and former Railway Minister will be also joining, and we will have many other senior persons to discuss on the topic. And we have fortunate that we have a very eminent panel today. Then we have from the in my right screen we have Dr. Manish Kothari, founder and MD ISBR Business School, Bangalore. We welcome you, sir. Then we have Dr. Sandeep Marwa, National President CEGR and Chancellor AFT University. We welcome you, sir. Then we have Dr. Anupam Chokse, Pro-Chancellor LNCT University and Secretary LNCT Group of Institution. We welcome you, sir. Then we have Mr. Hemant Sahal, founder and CEO, Paul Bangalore. Then we have Mr. Nishant Bansal, Pro-Chancellor Gita University. We welcome you, sir. Then we have Engineer B.S. Yadav, Chancellor IES University, Bhopal. We have also Mr. Praveen Thakral, Chancellor Oriental University, Bhopal and Indore. Then we have Mr. Anand Soni, Pro-Chancellor AKS University and Chairman IS AKS University. Then we have Mr. Gaurav Thakral, Pro-Chancellor Oriental University, Bhopal and Indore. Then we have Mr. B.M. Bansal, Chairman New Delhi Institute of Management and Senior Vice President CEGR. We have Mr. Dr. Arya Patnaik, Secretary Raulkela Institute of Management Studies, and few more promoters will be joining for the interactive session with Mr. Suresh Prabhu. So now I request Dr. Sandeep Marwa, National President CEGR, to present the welcome address. Over to you, Dr. Sandeep Marwa.
Thank you very much, Ravish Roshan. What a pleasure to be with all of you this morning, the rainy morning from New Delhi. I'm so happy that today again we have some of the most prominent on this webinar. In a span of all these years, CEGR has become one of the very important body, not only popular, but a powerful body in education. And I'm very happy that the inputs, what we've been actually receiving from the different leaders of education industry is actually being utilized by many other institutions of the country now and then. The inputs, what you've been actually speaking out in these kind of webinars and meetings has become actually a base of thinking for our own Government of India in Ministry of Education. Well, what a pleasure to be here. And the topic of the day is very interesting again, priorities in education. I'm recollecting 2 lines, कि जिस ओर चले हम मस्ती में, झुक जाए उधर अंबर भूतल, आजाद वतन के वाशिंदे, हर गीत हमारा है बादल, विविध प्रांत है अपनी अपनी भाषा के अभिमानी हम, लेकिन सबसे पहले दुनिया वालों हिंदुस्तानी हम. The fact is that this has actually become a priority today. The kind of news is, the kind of write-ups and coverages I've been watching on television and newspaper, it has really shocked me. I'm really shocked. I'm hurt that people have lost their identity as an Indian. And I think today, before we get into many other important points, which are actually priorities in our education centers, the first priority which comes to my mind is that we have to inculcate the sense of nationalism, the sense of oneness into our education setup. We have to see to it that there should be no this kind of occur in our own institutions, and we should try to build up the real character of the student, whether they are in school or in colleges, and that should be the first priority today in this age when we are flying and taking rockets to every place we feel like. Yes, with the new education policy, it has created a new mindset for all the leaders, and we all have to start working, because on one side we are opening up to education setup, and we are inviting foreign universities to come in India. So that means there's going to be a massive hard competition with the existing schools and colleges, and we have to be now right on our toes. We just cannot ignore any problem which is occurring into the centers. And to start with, yes, we have to have a better infrastructure, because the universities which are trying to come into India, they're going to spend tons and tons of money only on the infrastructure to impress the students to come and have the five-star luxuries into the classrooms. So the first priority which comes in, that we have to rectify and amend our infrastructures, obviously our syllabus, our faculty, our environments, our equipments in case you are using them, because pandemic has already taught us enough that we have to be techno savvy and we have to be smart enough to compete with the world. If you're looking for foreign students, then obviously all these things are immediately we have to work on. Well, I'm sure there are large points which actually I know, but I am very eager and anxious to learn today from this very important webinar, where so many dignitaries are present at the same time. I can see the energy in this whole webinar. Even my laptop is full of new current. I can see the power of the education leaders here. With all these words, I welcome all the dignitaries to this webinar, and I'm anxiously here to learn more from all of you. Let's unite together, let's work together, let's work hard to show to the world that we are no way less than any other international educational setup in any part of the world. With all these words, I once again welcome you here. I extend my heartiest thanks to Ravish Roshan, who's always been for all 24 hours, whenever I've called him up, whenever I have tried to talk to him, whether it's 11:30 in the evening, 5 o'clock in the morning, this man is always alert and all the time dedicated and sincerely working for this organization. Thank you, Ravish.